This includes funding for trainings and to hire more people in our department. Thank you to Congressman Gottheimer and everyone here for working together to support our first responders. I'd now like to ask our Fire Chief, Jeff Kaplan, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. To honor America, I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Lisa. I'd just like to acknowledge again Dr. Wasowski, our city manager, Bob Hoffman, deputy city manager. Bob gives us a tremendous amount of support with hiring, equipment, everything that we do here. I know Matt Caliente from the PFA&J couldn't be here today, but he sends his regards and just a lot of support that PFA&J gives us. Our union, IFF 3260 and 3263, Ray Rodriguez is here, and their president, John Herman, he's actually out of fire right now, but I'd like to acknowledge them. Our police chief, Tom Greeley, and of course, our congressman. Since 2017, the Englewood Fire Department has received literally dozens of FEMA grants. We've received 4 SAFER grants, which have allowed us to hire 14 firefighters over the last several years. AFG grants have been essential to the training of the Englewood Fire Department. We've done safety and survival training here. We've done fire officer training here. Most importantly, we've done swiftwater rescue training here, which has been super important with the flooding that Englewood's experienced. And now, this past October, we've been awarded live fire training for the next 2 years for our firefighters and fire officers. Without this training, the Englewood Fire Department would be understaffed and undertrained. In 2025 alone, we've received over $662,000. However, the AFG grants are in limbo right now. There's no clear direction of where the program is going. We don't know when the next round of grants are being announced. And under this administration, the grant program is under a new level of scrutiny that we've never experienced before in the past. So with the Congressman's help, we're hoping that there'll be clear funding initiatives and a clear direction of where the program's going. So we're really happy that the Congressman's here today, and we're happy to have him announce these new initiatives. So super happy that you're back. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Chief. Good job, Chief. Chief, thank you again. I've really enjoyed working with you. You've been a great friend to the community, obviously running an amazing department here. I do want to begin by thanking all the firefighters here who do this every single day, who save lives, run into buildings, run into water, EMTs who do an incredible job. Thank you guys for your incredible service. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bob and John, thank you so much for all you do for the community, for your leadership. Very grateful. President Oskowski, thank you so much for what you do on the council. The council does a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for your leadership. Very, very grateful, and for your friendship as well. I love being back in this firehouse. I think I've stood here a bunch of times. As you know, as some of you know, I started representing Englewood just a couple years ago because the district was changed, and I was given this great gift of not just, by the way, standing up for this community and having a chance to stand up for this community, but building so many relationships that I've had the honor of building. And you've got great people who represent you here, and and great direction. These cities don't just run by themselves. They take teamwork, and it's a phenomenal team. And at the backbone of that are our brave first responders. I want to thank the Chief of Police who's here and for his service, and the great, phenomenal team on law enforcement. All these people working together work around the clock to keep us safe. And the heroes here who answer the siren at a moment's notice protect lives every single day. You never hesitate to answer the call, putting yourselves in harm's way to protect our families. And I know some of you had a firefighter recently say to me, because I go to a lot of firehouses, say, Josh, thank you. You don't need to do that. You come here a lot to say thank you, but we're very proud of this, and we don't need thanks. Listen, you deserve thanks. I know you don't need thanks, but the fact of the matter is, for what you do and what the sacrifices you make for your families, right, for your loved ones, for the risks you take we should be thanking you every single day. And anyone who doesn't thank you every single day doesn't deserve, in my opinion, to be in public office. So thank you for, again, for what you do for us. Let's be honest, for every challenge that you face, it's very, very important that you have the resources you need to be able to fight fires and to deal with rescues and to handle whatever situation you're dealing with, fight terror, you name it. You need to have the resources so you can protect yourselves and protect us. That includes, as the chief said, resources for not just staffing, but also for training, for equipment. So today I'm very proud about the good news that I'm sharing, working together with phenomenal leaders like your chief, with our mayor, with our council, with PFANJ, and with Matt Cayente, who's not here, but for John and Ray, thank you so much. I know John's on a call, but to Ray, thank you so much at PFANJ Local for representing the team so well. By working as a team, we're very proud to announce that we're clawing back a new monumental federal investment from Washington to North Jersey. It includes more than $415,000 from the Staffing for Adequate Fire Emergency Response Grant, what's called the SAFER Grant, $415,000 through the SAFER program, and $247,000 for the AFG program, that's Assistance to Firefighters Grants. In total, that's more than $660,000 to Englewood this year alone. Very proud of that. Last year, standing here, we announced $161,702 investment through AFG to help the Englewood Fire Department better respond and rescue residents from elevators and machines and some very harrowing industrial accidents. Also last year, we clawed back more than $1 million from Washington through the SAFER Grant program to help this department hire and maintain the best talent possible, and we got the best right here in Englewood and North Jersey to help our community stay safe. Back in 2023, we helped Englewood claw back $1.8 million from Washington back to Jersey for 6 full-time firefighters, which has made a huge difference for the community. If I have this right, in total, since I started representing you in Congress in 2022, we've clawed back nearly $4 million for Englewood Fire Department alone through SAFER, AFG, and the community-directed projects. $4 million. Should be very happy about that. And given how much you do with mutual aid, which, as you know, you respond to, how many communities you respond to on a regular basis? All over the place, right? All over the place. It's not just Englewood, but these trucks and team go everywhere in northern New Jersey to help fight fires and to protect people. Given how much you do on mutual aid, these new resources multiply and help so many communities all over the place in Bergen County. Just so you know, since I was elected, working with our local departments, I've helped claw back $20 million or more in funding for AFG, SAFER, American Rescue Plan, and community-directed projects for fire departments, more than $20 million across the 5th District. And I'm very proud of that. And some people say, well, why do you want to talk about how much money you get back? Because every nickel we get back helps save a life. And by the way, every nickel we get back here is a nickel that's not going to Mississippi or Alabama, but coming to Jersey where it belongs. Our taxpayer dollars that you pay to the federal government should come back here. Not to what I affectionately call moocher states that take a lot and don't pay in a lot, right? The bottom line is you pay a lot in taxes, I think far too much, but the dollars should come back to Jersey to protect our families. Like in Englewood for live fire training course, for some other high significant risk training that you need, critical training all the time, for the PACs, for the trucks, for ambulances, and for other equipment that is essential to protecting us. The SAFER grant investments we're announcing today will help the department hire 2 new full-time firefighters here in Englewood. Year in and year out, as a member of the Congressional Fire Services Caucus, these dollars, and the chief talked about it, for AFG and SAFER, we got to keep fighting to get them back here. This is a fight in Washington. It should just be an easy thing, but getting these dollars renewed every year is critical, but we got to fight to get them back, to make sure the resources keep coming. They make a huge difference in cash-strapped local departments, invest in everything from trucks and ambulances, as I said, to air packs. Since 2018, we've clawed back more than $16 million for 39 towns across North Jersey just for AFG and SAFER. For towns like Park Ridge and Harrington Park and Washington and so many more. 20 million total, but just for those, through those programs. In 2024, I helped pass the Fire Grant Safety Act into law, legislation to reauthorize AFG and SAFER programs for another 5 years. But now we got to actually make sure the dollars come back. That with all this budget stuff, that no one messes with those dollars, that no one holds them or moves them to something else. They got to keep coming back to this program. If we make these investments, the dollars here, it helps our communities to make sure that we can afford to work here, live here, and raise a family here. It's a win-win for everybody when we get these dollars back. It saves money for Lisa, not having to put money on the town property tax line. It obviously helps our communities big time, and it obviously every day makes sure that we pay for what you need to feed your families, which obviously is critically important. And if you don't fight for these dollars, they go somewhere else. They go to those moocher states. If you don't ask, you don't get. So I don't want, again, I'll say this enough, I can't say this enough. I want these dollars coming back here to help lower our property taxes and not going to moocher states. I'm sick and tired of our tax dollars going to these other states. Like, listen, like New York gets stuff and not to Jersey. That's unacceptable to me. They hit us with these congestion taxes and other things. These dollars should come back to Jersey to help our families here. Right? And that takes a fight. I love the fight. This is not partisan. It's about Jersey versus other people. It's not red or blue. It's about Jersey. It's not Democrat or Republican. It's about Jersey. We've got to fight for Jersey, protect Jersey, look out for Jersey, look out for our cops, look out for our firefighters, look out for our EMTs. You deserve it. You put your lives on the line for us. We should always get your backs, and I'm very proud of that. I will keep fighting. I will not back down. We live in the greatest country in the world. We work together. Nobody will stop us, and our best days will be ahead of us. Thanks, and God bless.